Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 9 of Forever Stranded, a mod pack by Gaming with Sheridan. Today I've updated to version 1.8.7.1. As part of my commitment to this series, I want to make sure that I always follow the latest version so that if you guys are playing along, you can have the same experience. So in today last episode, we got 2 quests completed. Let's take a quick look at it. In the Tinkerpower section, we completed the blast coke and the one tool. Today, my goal is to finally set up my blast oven and my blast furnace and coke oven, and to probably getting the keeping it together task done, and if possible, water power, because we're gonna get to a point where we need to start getting power now. We're progressing very well right now, and we're going to want to be able to start real automation. So I'm just going to prepare a couple of things. And in the last episode, I noticed that my biggest problem was lava. So I put everything in place to start, like I removed the redstone here, and I put everything in place to be able to create more crucible. All of the lava production and the water production, I want to move under the ship, because these are not things that you need to have access to. Once they're fully automated, you just want to let them do their thing in the back end. So in last episode, in my time lapse, I completed all of the materials needed for the coke oven. The only problem is I didn't need 13 of each, I needed 12 of each. So I'm just going to grab those, which gives me 24, and I'm missing 3. But this is my current dump chest, where I just went and dumped a ton of things because I couldn't find stuff in my inventory anymore. And I'm just going to grab out of there whatever I need during the episode, and it's going to be my new, like I said, my new dump chest. So, I'm also going to grab some coal, because we're going to want to start cooking some coal into coke and getting creosote oil. So I've decided that I was going to set those up right here, and that to not cover the windows, I was going to start them one down. So it's a 3x3 structure with no empty and empty center. And once you've created the structure, you use an engineer hammer and you right click on the middle, and it forms the oven. And for the oven to work, all you need to do is put coal into it. It's a very slow process, and coal will transform into coke in here and creosote oil here. And in the last episode, I told you that creosote oil was going to be important, and let me show you why. Creosote oil is used to create what's it called? To create wood block. Not wood block. Sorry, the planks. I don't know why I'm not finding it right now. Basically, you put 8 wood plank around the creosote bottle, and you get creosote wood plank. And the creosote wood plank is you get treated wood. Sorry, that's what I wanted to show you. You get treated wood, and treated wood is used in pretty much everything immersive engineering, so it's very important. The other thing I wanted to take care of, let me put the iron in here. So this is iron. I'm going to add this iron to it. I'm going to want more iron now, because I'd like to have a water drum like So-Wish recommended in the comment. And I'm going to want to start creating steel when I get the second oven. So the one thing I want to create quickly is the weather station, because someone pointed out to me that my cactus setup, if there's a storm, it can end up, I just want 1 gold and I can't find 1 gold. It can pop my cactus, and if that happens during the night, then I'm going to be swamped with mobs. So it's really important that I take care of this. So let me grab all of this, and I'll create the weather deflector. And the weather deflector, I'm going to pull it up. I know the recipe by heart, but let me pull it up so that you guys can look at it. You need a weather item, and a weather item is 4 iron, 1 gold, and 2 redstone. And once you have a weather item, you need 4 redstone around and 4 iron ingot around. And according to the wiki, this is supposed to cover a 150 block radius. Can I parkour this? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so I'm going to put it on top of the ship. I didn't put a climbing step there. Well, I have an extra sandstone, so let me put the extra sandstone right here. And I'm going to put it pretty much in the center of the base, so right here. So now, technically, you should no longer see the weather, the big storm dust. So that should be done. And we should no longer have any of those piles of sand everywhere, which I'm happy with because my base is starting to look better and better. And I'm not going to want to have these covering all over because then I would be stopping all the time to clean them up, just like I'm doing right now, instead of moving along with the video. The second thing that I want to do is progressive automation. So we're still waiting, by the way, for things to cook. That's why I'm taking the time to do other stuff. Is progressive automation. I want to start getting wood. I want to start getting infinite wood. Oh, I can't believe I placed that there. So to get infinite wood, you first need to have lots of wood to create the machine. So I'm going to cut this tree down. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I might need to water can a couple of trees, or better yet, bone meal them. And you know what? I have bone meal on me, so I prefer doing things in bunch. Let's grow all of those. Oh, whew. I thought it was a big one. I don't want to have to deal with a big one right now. And so in progressive automation, there's something called the stone chopper. Well, there's the wood chopper and a stone chopper. There are multiple level. We're going to try and get to a stone chopper because the stone chopper is it's fast enough and it works well enough to begin with. We might upgrade it later, but it's going to depend on the need that we have. So I'm going to get the wood that I need, and it's going to be a bit of a slow process because it's not an inexpensive mod. So let's look it up. I'm just going to look up progressive automation, and here's the chopper. No, here's the chopper. So the first level is the wooden chopper, and for the wooden chopper you need 6 wood, a furnace, a wooden axe, and an oak chest. So I don't even know if I have enough wood. A chest, perfect, and I need a furnace, and I need a wooden axe. I can afford to break 2 more of these. Let's get the stick, and like so, perfect. So now it's wooden axe, furnace, oak chest, and oak wood. Et voila! So this is the base model. Now from the base model, you can create the stone chopper. So for the stone chopper, I need a stone axe, and I need a wooden chopper surrounded by stone. And we've cooked stone already, so let me go grab 7 stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here you go. And let's create the axe. And the beauty of this is that now you can use a tinker tool in this. In the previous mod that I had used it, you couldn't, so you would always need to go and feed it a cobblestone axe every so and so time. And I'm going to put it right here for now. Since I'm not going to have a lot of them, I'm just going to put it right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to edge in sideways and put it in this way, because the way this works is that it works with the block facing it. Because at first level it has a range of 1. So the one facing where you placed it. And this is range 2, and range 3, and range 4, 5, 6, so going around. So you need to put some upgrades in them. And the upgrades, well, they're not cheap. It's 8 wooden wood block around a redstone. And for a stone upgrade, it's 8 stone again around a wooden upgrade. So for the time being, technically, let me go create another. I'm going to go create a real tinker axe because this is just going to be better in the long run. So I'm going to need 2 wood because I'm going to create a wooden tool rod. I'm going to create a wooden tool binding, and then I'm going to create a maybe I need 2. Yeah, perfect, 2. So a stone axe, and the stone axe. So this I can repair whenever I need to using cobblestone. So it's going to be pretty cheap. And to start it off, I'm going to need some charcoal. So we're going to need to stay on top of creating charcoal. So right here, I put the axe, I put the charcoal in, and I need to put some saplings. And immediately it starts harvesting. There's a way to make this work off of RF at some point, but I'm not sure that the price in RF is worth it, because by my testing in previous mod pack, a stack of charcoal is going to give you 2 to 3 stack of wood if you have a big enough surface around. And I usually do a 5 by 5, so 25 block of dirt, and it provides more than it burns. All you need to make sure is that you're always creating more charcoal. So like you see, I've put 4 charcoal in, and I already have 6 wood, and by the end of this I'm probably gonna have 10 or 12 wood. So this should be like a good thing to accrue the wood over time. And already I wanted to show you I have 5 coal coke, and I'm starting to get some creosote oil. So let's check where the cooking's at. My ash is ready, my glass is ready. I got some vile dust because I wanted to be able to create more automation, and I'm going to remove the rest of the sand because I want to get started with the netherrack. And I kept 7 redstone because I need 39 netherrack to complete the recipe. What's my status of, yeah, I should be good enough. So I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to start using the lava that I had accrued. And while this is continuing, let's just go inside quickly, and we'll create some more of the pipe that I wanted to create. So I'm going to have to take this out because I forgot that I would have to create the pipe first, and I can't create 6 set of pipes. So is that the only stone that I have? No, I have plenty of stone. It's not a problem. Okay, so this is 2 sets of pipe only, and I'm going to want to create 4 more sets of pipes, so I'm going to need 4 more sets of stone slab. 1, 3, 4, and oh, I misclicked. Wow, it's just one misclick after another tonight. Let's put it like so, and this, and this. So now, pipe-wise, I should be good to finish whatever automation I wanted to finish. And I did not want, yeah, I don't care about this anymore. And then I can create the extra parts that I wanted. So I wanted 2 more like this. Oh, and I don't have enough redstone. Okay, so I'm going to do just 1 more set of this. And I'm going to, do I have another bucket somewhere? Oh, I have some buckets outside. No, sorry, I have enough iron, so I'll just go create a bucket outside. And I'm going to create another set of water extractor. Like this, and like that. Also, while I'm at it, I might as well create the rest of the clay. And this, I'm not going to set up in this episode because I want to set it downstairs, but I want it to be ready, and I made enough to create 6 more crucible. So let me put away some of the stuff that I don't need for now. And I kept all of my wood with me because I'm going to start creating my wood platform, not my wood, where I'm going to be producing my wood. In the meantime, did this complete? I'm trying to get everything done at the same time because, like I said, I want to finish my second oven right after. So I'm going to prepare the space to place it. I'm going to break this down because I'm going to place it 1 away. And the reason I'm going to place it 1 away is that I'm going to want to extract the creosote oil and transfer stuff from one to the other. Ooh, a witch. So the witches, they heal themselves as they go. So having them against a cactus while you hit them really makes things easier. But for now, let's go set up the platform. So for me, the ideal setup for a stone chopper like this is to go 5 by 5. And here I'm going to keep one layer. The small tree can grow up to 3, so 3. 1, 2, 3, and so here, and 1, 2, 3. Starting from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go like this. And since I don't want to be wasting any of my dirt right now, in the middle part, I'm going to put the stone chopper on a piece of sand since it doesn't really matter. Wow. Okay, and then I need the sand. Oh, not the dust, the sand. So this is where the chopper is going to go. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to grow the upgrade for it as we go. And by now it should be finished taking out the tree, and you see it already replanted one. So let's remove all of this, let's break it down, and let's bring it to its new home right here. And we're not going to put the wood in it because honestly that's not it's not worthwhile. You need to make sure that you always cook the oak wood into charcoal first. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to get everything that was finished burning. Should all be ready. Nope, there's still 11. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to immediately... Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to make the coke oven blast oven right after. I had the recipe all placed here, but I forgot that I also need the brick. So this is not going to be ready for a little while now, and I'm probably going to have to go into a time lapse. So instead, I'm going to go on with the quest. So now with the rest of the dirt, it's not a lot of dirt, but it's enough to be able to start a grass platform. And we need a grass platform for the next quest. And let's look at the next quest. So the next quest is keeping it together. Well, all these tools needs a place to go, don't they? And basically it wants you to build the engineer's toolbox. And the engineer's toolbox is something where you can keep all of the tools that you have in one slot. Engineer toolbox. And it's built with 3 aluminum plate, 2 rose red, and a wooden storage crate. And a wooden storage crate is 8 wood, 8 treated plank. So let me get my bottle. I don't think that I have enough bottle. And that's why I wanted to create, okay. So that's why I wanted to create more glass. It's because I need the bottle. I'm just going to empty that one because it's going to create enough wood for what I need. And you can just insert it in and it autofills. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to create my first 8 treated wooden plank. 8 around 1 creosote bottle, and here we go. And from this I can create a crate. So this crate is not the reinforced one. This crate can be blown up by a creeper. And I need 3 aluminum plate, and the aluminum plate, I don't have any aluminum. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to cheat it in because I don't want to have to wait. I'm going to wait for this 1 clay to cook, and here you go. I'm going to cheat in the 3 aluminum. And as the 3 aluminum are finished, I'm going to swap back in the clay. 1. It always seems worse when you're watching something. And when I'm playing by myself, this is something I end up doing a lot, where I know that if I start doing something, I'm going to lose track of what I was doing and come back way later. So for small quantities, I tend to wait around for them. And here you go. So I'm going to put the iron back so that it's in the first slot. I'm going to put some more sand, and I'm also going to put the 6 unfired crucible. So I can grab all of this and the 3. Oh, I have another glass, so perfect. So I'm going to grab all this, and the plates you create like so. You use the immersive engineer hammer, and you just craft them together, and it creates your 3 plates. So I can now put the 3 plates here. And I'm going to go back inside to get some bone meal. So if I split this 13, 13. Oh, and guys, I miscounted. Like I said, I needed only 12 of each. So I don't need this 13 brick. I only need 12. And I don't need all of these blaze powder. I only need the 12. I'm going to grab some more bone meal, and I'm going to go and start the grass process. Do I also have my watering can because I want the grass to expand as fast as possible? Where's my watering can? And we're getting to the point that pretty soon I'm going to start rearranging all my chests. I wanted to get like a good idea of how I'm going to set up everything before. And now I know that I've decided to make the inside of the ship like my center of engineering, like where all of my tools are going to be and all of my chest of material. And downstairs are going to be my automation that I want to hide, and around the ship are going to be the automation that I want to have access to. Like I want to have access to this whenever I want to make netherrack or make endstone. I want to have access to it. This I don't need to have access, so it's going to go downstairs. I'm just going to dump things, and they're going to come into my drawers. I want to be able to access my clay. I want to be able to access my soul sand. So these are the things. So now that I have a grass platform, I can use the bone meal on it to get flour. I already have a red flour, and I want to get two. Oh, and already have two red flowers. So this is going to be a way shorter process. Sometimes it does happen that it takes a while before you get any. But that's enough for my toolbox, and here we go. So that's one quest completed tonight, keeping it together. And here you have you get 4 LV wire, 1 copper coil block, and 1 quarter heart. And the copper coil block is going to be very useful for the power side of things. And this is going to be used to transfer the power. So this is really a great quest reward to help you move along. I don't want to lose the hearts because since I'm playing on hardcore, I need the other lives. So you can put 2 quarter hearts together for a half a heart and 2 half a heart together for a full heart. Once you have a full heart, you eat it and it gives you 1 extra life. Now that this is done, let's look at the next quest. The next quest is either this storage. I have a lot of things. Some of it will need protection from them creepers. They do seem blow up a lot. Whoa, so there's a couple of typos here, but that's fine. And here it wants us to create a wooden storage crate. But we created one for the engineering toolbox, but it's not recognized because that quest wasn't open yet. So we're going to need to create another one. Doesn't matter because a reinforced one also needs one. And I'm not going to do this quest right now because the reinforced, let's look at the reinforced storage crate. Reinforced. If I remember correctly, it needs obsidian, I think. Oh no, it doesn't need obsidian. So that's actually not that hard to do. But the quest that I'm really more interested in starting is the water power. Water power. So with the water you are gathering, it may come in handy to make some power. Very basic power. It is very basic power, but it's free power. Once it's set up, it's going to generate, if I remember correctly, at the max setup, it can generate 86 RF per tick, which is not enormous, but it's going to be the first step toward being able to work some of our machines. And I have a lot of creosote oil. I'm going to create 3 bottles with the 3rd glass that we got earlier, and I'm going to turn these 3 bottles in to get more creosote oil. And then I'm going to be able to create some more wood plank. So that's I need 8, 16, 24. So I'm going to transform the 24 into this. And let's look at the water wheel segment quickly. Water wheel segment. Oh, they were on the previous page. So the water wheel segments are created with 4 treated stick and 3 wood plank. And I need 4 for the quest. And the reason you need 4 is that it's 4 to create 1 water wheel. And you need a steel. I don't have steel yet, but the quest is going to give us steel, so it's not a big problem. So I need 4 times 3, so I need 12 treated stick. Here you go. 12 treated stick. And, oh no, sorry, not 12, 16 treated stick. and I should have enough to create my 4 water wheel segment, and I do. So that's the second quest done. And we're going to claim 4 steel ingot, and with the 4 steel ingot we can create the 1 water wheel. And one important thing to say here is that the water wheel, for the max setup, you need 3, and these things are enormous. When I put it down, if you've never seen it, they look really cool. Like, immersive engineering is a very beautiful mod. The only problem that I have with it is that it's such an expensive mod. I find that it costs way too much for what it does, and like it's something that I personally find annoying. Like, I like making big creations, and the amount of metal that it's going to require is really big. So let me look at the cooking status. And if I'm looking at the cooking status, I think that all of my clay is done. Yes, all of my clay is done. So we're going to be able to finish the blast oven. Let me do this, and here's all of my blast brick. So I'm going to set up my oven right now, and I'm going to be able to start creating steel. And I've talked about this previously, but you guys might not remember. So I'm going to recap quickly why this is such an important step. Let me put the oven down. And fortunately, we can still use the engineering hammer to create the structure, even though it's started having some damage on it. So I'm going to put it like this, and I'm going to whack it once with the hammer, and it's created. So now we can grab the coal coke from here, put it in here, and put iron, and we're going to start creating steel. And this is extremely important, because I told you guys that for the sieving, considering the amount of power we're going to have and we're going to be generating, I didn't want to use the auto sieve until I had the higher tier. So the auto hammer I could already have created a while ago, but it uses as much power as the auto compressed hammer, but it does single dust or single gravel, whereas the auto compressed, not compressed hammer, sorry, the auto heavy sieves, that one can sieve compressed gravel or compressed dust. And this one needs 9 steel, another 9, that's 18, 20. So I put 16 in the oven, but I'm cooking some more, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do the 20 that I need. Oh, so, and I need one more. So this is going to create all of my steel. The only problem is I think it's 1 coal coke per. So we're missing coal coke, but by then we'll have some more. So now I'm going to go to a time lapse in which I'm going to start digging under the ship to set up space for this, and especially to get dust, because we're out of redstone. And one request that I had was that I try to not have any time lapse in the middle of an episode. So what I'm trying to do right now is to have 1 time lapse at the end of an episode. So I'm going to go away now in a time lapse in which I'm going to get as much dust as possible and sieve some dust to have the equivalent of a 4 or 5 minute time lapse that you can either just skip to the end, and since I'm going to expect you guys to start skipping the time lapse, I'm going to try to always include at the end a list of what was accomplished in the time lapse, so that you have an idea if you didn't want to look through it. And in the next episode, we're going to try and set up the power, our first water wheel, and we're going to move along with the storage quest and the next quest, which is very basic RF. Plenty of wood. You may be able to make some basic RF from it. And it wants us to create a wooden generator. But to be fair, this produced so little power for so much coal that, or charcoal, that I find them completely useless. And the only reason we create them are, 1, we need them for a quest, and 2, I know that later on they're going to be used to craft something that we want. And that's going to be it for this episode and the planning for the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.